I thank my colleague from Utah, and I thank the Speaker for the recognition. I want to make it clear, as my colleague from Arizona made it clear, we mean no disrespect, no denigration to the people for whom these post offices are being named. In fact, we're all very proud of Mr. McHugh, the nominee for the Secretary of the Army, whose bill preceded this bill, and I want to commend my colleague from Maine for introducing this legislation to honor Carl B. Smith with a post office named in his honor. However, we know the way that things are handled around here. It's been all too clear a pattern. When it comes time to debate the legislation that is of major significance to everyone in this country, we wind up with closed rules and we wind up with debate cut off. And so it is up to us to inform the American people at every opportunity that we have what the impact of proposed legislation by the majority is going to be. We hear over and over again when earmarks are requested by people on the other side that it's important that they bring home the bacon to their districts. Well, it's important to our constituents that they be told how much this cap and tax bill is going to cost them, because many Americans do not know it. And I would say that the things that I've heard in special orders, and even in the 1 minute where folks on the other side are talking about cap and tax, it's as though we're talking about two different bills. So we're not really having a debate on the merits of a piece of legislation. We're hearing a lot of propaganda about that legislation, but we're not having a real true debate on it. So it's up to us to inform the American people of the facts of the legislation. And as my colleagues have said before, the cap and tax bill that was passed out of the Commerce and Energy Committee a couple of weeks ago is a government planning scheme. It is more of taking all the choices in people's lives in this country up to the federal government level. It will stifle private sector innovation. We are the most innovative country of the world because of the freedom that we have. And yet all the legislation coming through this Congress is aimed at stifling that freedom. It is going to result in higher consumer energy prices. We know that. The President's admitted. One of our colleagues from Michigan has admitted it's a huge tax. The President has said the prices are going to skyrocket. So how can they deny it when their own leadership has said it? We know it's going to result in job losses, lower wages, and stock devaluation. It's not likely to reduce emissions, and there's no guarantee that reducing U.S. emissions is going to stop what's being called global warming. We don't even know that human beings are causing the global warming. So we're using, I'm not even sure you can call it bad science. I think using the term science in conjunction with what's the underlying rationale for this bill is too strong a word. But Republicans do have an alternative. Contrary to what our colleagues are saying over and over, we are not the party of no. We are the party of do, and do right by the American people. The American Energy Innovation Act, which is the Republican alternative to this, encourages innovation within the energy market to create the renewable fuel options and energy careers of tomorrow. It promotes greater conservation and efficiency by providing incentives for easing energy demand and creating a cleaner, more sustainable environment. It increases the production of American energy by responsibly utilizing all available resources and technologies and streamlining burdensome regulations. We have an alternative. It is a viable alternative. But that bill will never be debated. You talk about wanting debate, you talk about wanting discussions. Why not bring that bill up and let it be debated? Why not put it up for a vote just like the cap and tax bill will be put up for a vote? No, that's not the way of this majority. The way of this majority is to stifle every idea that is good for this country and say, we won, we're going to do what we want to do. That's the attitude of the majority party. That is not true debate. We would love to have true debate. We'd love to see the people on this floor have choices. They are not being given choices. They're not being allowed to debate. So, Madam Speaker, we don't mean in any way to take away from the honors being given to these people for whom post offices are being named. As was pointed out earlier, one of them was by one of our Republican colleagues that we respect. But we think it's important to inform the American people of what they will be facing if some of the legislation being proposed by the Democrat majority is passed. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.